So today I'm in Midvale with Rob Luke. Rob, we're here with Garbett Homes, checking out your development here as well as your model home, but I want to know all things Garbett Homes, so tell us all about it.
Okay, great.
So one of the first things that I think about with Garbett Homes is they feel a little bit different when you see them from the outside, but they definitely feel different on the inside as well. And this is one of those things that sticks out. Tell me about this.
Okay, so this is called a HERS home energy report. And basically your standard home, and I'm assuming you'll be able to look at this, your standard home, my 1995 home in Riverton, has an energy rating, the higher the number, the worse it is, of about 130. A standard new home that you would buy today is about, in the 100 range. We are around 48. And the goal is to get down to zero. And what we mean by zero energy is basically that once you get solar panels, that the insulation and the solar panels and so forth will take care of 99% of all your energy needs.
So we're talking windows and doors, insulation, solar, all of the above. So 48, like an average person is not going to know what that means, but I can see the scale going from red to orange to yellow to green.
Exactly.
But obviously that's much better than most builders.
Exactly. In general, we're about 60% more efficient than a normal home.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially with energy prices going through the roof.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Is there something else that you guys do in terms of helping the buyer who's buying your home in terms of do they have electric cars? Do you guys wire the garages for electric cars and things like that?
We actually do. We have a 220 plug out there.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's a big deal now, right? Like cars are going electric, so it's important to have that in the garage. They don't want to have that burden if they have to do that after the fact.
Yeah, Garbett's done a lot of thinking of what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
And that's the key. We know everybody's going to move in that direction eventually. The cities and states are going to require them to do that.
Yeah.
So we're kind of programming our house to be the ready today, so we'll have a head start when everything's mandated. For example, insulation. A normal house is 2x4s, right?
Right.
And we have 2x6s, and we're further apart, so we blow in all of our insulation.
Okay.
And that's why it's so quiet in here.
Is that a blown-in cellulose insulation?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so fireproof. When I talk to builders who actually know what they're talking about, it's interesting because most people think that a home that has the studs spaced further apart is a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. It means that the insulation is in there better, and actually the largest amount of heat loss is through the studs themselves.
Exactly, the wood.
And so when you get into building, engineering, and design, it is important to have as little wood as possible, obviously to keep the structure in place, but for insulation purposes, to make a highly efficient home.
Exactly, and we insulate every nook and cranny, and I can show you a little chart where we actually make our roof trusses a little taller so you can get more insulation in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's why the analogy I use with my clients is basically when you get into a Mercedes, you close the door on the Mercedes, it just feels tight.
So we're on a busy street, a cement truck pulled up right next to us. We're standing right here by the front door. I can't hear the cars buzzing by.
Yeah, and they're buzzing.
I cannot hear the cement truck next door. That's pretty impressive because a lot of homes aren't like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's go on.
Okay.
Show us the home.
This is the Matisse model.
This is the Matisse model home.
Okay, this is our mid-level, two-story.
And this development is called?
This is the Mill.
The Mill. Okay,
Mill.
The Mill and the Matisse model home. You have other developments as well. Can you tell me just a little bit about those before we dive into this particular house?
Sure. We have Aurora Heights out in, which is closing down because we've sold everything there. There's about 4 houses left. Okay. That's where you can get your 3-car garage.
And Aurora Heights is in West Jordan.
West Jordan, right near Bangor.
I checked out those homes, yeah.
Yeah. And we've got this one. We have a new one called Waterstone, just up the street. And then we have several others that have a mixture of a little further north toward downtown that have mostly townhomes.
Okay.
And then there are some with some single level or single family homes right behind it.
Perfect. So Waterstone in Murray, it's going to have 15 lots. Those are getting released next week.
Yes.
I've had viewers reach out to me specifically about this. So JP, if you're watching, this video is for you. I'm going to find out what floor plans you're building there.
Okay.
And this is one of them. The Matisse is one of those floor plans that they'll be building in that development. But when you showed me this development and showed me all that's happening, it's pretty cool because you've got a lot of lots that are coming in here. And this it's difficult to do right in the middle in the heart of the city. But you've obviously done a good job of purchasing land and redeveloping it and making it something new.
This is a great area, 30 minutes from the ski slopes.
Yeah.
And
phenomenal area.
And you go north to Salt Lake City's 30 minutes, you go down to Thanksgiving Point's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a great area.
Yeah, you could be up in the Cottonwood Canyons in about 30 minutes from here, downtown Salt Lake City in less than 30 minutes. I think everybody that's watching my videos, they're really cognizant of what's the commute time? What's the time that it's gonna take me to get to Park City, the ski resorts, downtown Salt Lake City, for events, for work? whatever the case may be. This is really centrally located right in the heart of Salt Lake Valley, so it's a really great location. Show us the Matisse.
Okay, so this is our standard living room, obviously, and you notice how bright it is. And that's the one feature one comment that's always made is how bright this house is. Even when we go down the basement, you'll notice how bright it is.
Right.
And that we have the low E windows.
Okay.
And you know, low E is pretty standard, but we actually have a higher rating than a lot of builders. And which is pretty cool. You know, a hot day, you can touch the outside, touch the inside, it's cool on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our updated kitchen.
Okay.
And we have spec models right now that have the updated kitchen. And basically, we're moving toward all electric. This subdivision will do gas also, but we're moving toward all electric because it's much more efficient.
It is.
And a lot less polluting. That's the key thing, is we want to pollute the area, especially January in Salt Lake City.
For sure.
You get a lot of that pollution, and our goal is to be very pollution-free.
Okay.
So in and out.
We've talked about a lot about that in my videos about the inversions that kick in the wintertime here. So pollution's a big deal in Utah. The air quality is always a big deal. What would you say to the person who's buying a home where they're a cook and they have to have gas to cook with? Because that's an objection that you're going to get.
That is an objection I hear all the time. Well, in this subdivision, you can do both.
Okay, perfect.
In the future, we're moving toward all electric.
Got it.
And we're going to have some proof points that show, you know, why it's better to do that.
Perfect. Awesome.
As far as the environment, internal environment for your kids and things like that.
Perfect. Every model home you go into, you're going to notice that the upgrades are always going to be relevant. So my question for you would be, what would this floor plan sell for as a base, and what would it sell for typical upgrades that most people would make?
I would say our base in this area is about $660.
Okay.
And most of the people are buying it for $740.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you do structural upgrades. What's amazing, the floor qualities. This looks like our standard floor. It's an upgraded floor, but the technology is improving so fast that this looks like an upgrade. So basically that price range, most people add like an advanced kitchen, a gourmet kitchen, a bathroom, master bathroom, and so forth. And then they'll do things like, I want carpet. A lot of people just want hardwood.
I love hardwood.
And so we would have carpet here normally.
Yeah.
They just may pay a little extra and get hardwood all over.
Love these hardwood floors. Now, obviously that's an upgrade.
Yep.
So,
synthetic hardwood.
Right, I don't care. It's beautiful.
It looks the same.
It looks amazing. One of my things when I go into these model homes and with builders, people have to understand when a builder is presenting a home and they're presenting it with a base price, that's before any of the upgrades. You mentioned structural upgrades. Structural upgrades are when you want to make a change to the floor plan.
Exactly.
You want to open up a room or make a loft into a bedroom or whatever the case might be, or push the house out the back just a little bit, or do this. Those are structural upgrades that will definitely affect your price, and it will change where your base price starts. From there, you can choose your upgrades and your finishes and all the fun stuff. So this development here in Midvale does have yards. Let's go check out the backyard real quick.
Okay.
So is this a typical lot size for this development?
Yes.
Awesome.
So most builders will provide a front yard. Garbett provides a front and backyard in this subdivision.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, including full sprinklers, etc.
Okay. So when you buy a home in this development, you're getting the front yard fully landscaped as well as the backyard.
Exactly.
I live in Daybreak in South Jordan. You don't have big yards out there. This is bigger than pretty much most yards in Daybreak. So I would say this is a big win for Garbett in this development.
Yeah. So this to me is really cool technology. It's a thermostat, but we use heat pumps here, and they use a lot of that. I have a lot of clients from overseas, Hong Kong especially, they don't even have furnaces. They use a heat pump. And what this means is that, first of all, they're all electric. In this subdivision, you have a heat pump and a furnace. When it gets below 40 degrees, the furnace kicks in. But the cool thing is this time of year in Utah, it's like my wife will say, honey, turn on the heater in the morning. And then by night, I'm turning on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
This will do both. You just program it 73 degrees, the heat pump controls it.
So you're speaking my language now. I think my wife and I, we don't fight, but if there's one thing that we disagree upon, it is absolutely the temperature in the house.
Exactly.
In fact, For my wife and I, when we get in the car, we have the dual zone, the climate control with the dual zones. It's funny because we'll take a picture, she'll take a picture of it, and sometimes mine will be on low on the coldest setting and hers is on high on the very hottest setting. We could not be more opposite in terms of temperature control. So this is a really big win for Garbett because this is something that I do not see in any other new construction homes. I don't know if someone else is doing it out there, but I have yet to see it in Utah. So as we move through the rest of this model home, the Matisse, this floor plan will be built in the Waterstone development as well. I'm standing here in the family room and you can look across to the open area where the dining area is, as well as the kitchen. So it's got that nice open floor plan concept. And I love what you guys have done on this side by adding these details. I know this is an upgrade. I know this is probably not standard, but this really makes this house look more custom. And as we enter the home, there's a nice entryway, a coat closet, a little area, a nook for like a mudroom kind of concept, along with a powder bath right off the front door. So this main floor is finished off in the front with those things, but let's go check out the upstairs. So Garbett does a good job putting some more modern touches and finishes throughout their homes. They've got metal railings, they've got just more modern finishes. Something that sticks out to me is something that they do different is their interior door styles. Like they pick different door slabs than I see other builders do. So when I walk into a Garbett home, I know that I'm in a Garbett home.
Okay, so the kids' rooms or the guest rooms, we do have walk-in closets, which is kind of a cool feature.
So all the rooms have walk-in closets?
One of them has, in this model, one of them has it, and the other one has a bigger closet than normal. But this is actual walk-in.
Okay, so Rob mentioned something that's really crucial, especially here in Utah. You said something about radon.
Yes. Yeah, so everybody's doing radon checks right now when they buy a house. The home inspectors are really pushing that, and for good reason. And so what happens is if you test over a 4, then they recommend that you remediate the radiation. So you go to companies like Radon, Be Gone, etc. And they'll come in for about $2,000 and they'll dig a hole in the basement floor and they'll put a PVC pipe in and they'll have it shooting out the top. And then they usually have a fan that sucks the radon out of the top.
Right.
Basically because we're doing it right off the bat, and all of our homes have it now, is that we actually go laterally. So you get to dig a hole and then you have pipes go laterally underneath the floor.
Slab, yeah.
And then you can see in the house over there, and it goes up to the top. And for about $600, you can put a fan in there.
That's awesome. So it's passive, but it can be converted to active
once you do a test.
Very easily if you have that test where those results show that you need to remediate. And if you don't know what radon is, it's a natural occurring gas that happens all over the place, but it's really relevant and it can be very dangerous. So it's really worth investing in something ahead of time because $600 spent now and adding a fan later is very easy to do. All right, so here's the master or primary bedroom and bathroom. This bedroom is pretty big. Is that a king? That's a king.
Yep. Decent size.
So this room has enough size to have nightstands on either side of a king size bed.
So this is the upgraded bathroom. Basically the basic standard bathroom, just have a door.
So this bathroom is standard in all of Waterstone's homes?
Yes.
Okay, so that upcoming Waterstone development that we mentioned in Murray, this is a standard bathroom for that. So you get the full shower, you get all of the finishes that you see in this bathroom, and you don't have to upgrade. A lot of builders, when you go select your home and you choose the upgrades you want to have, you're going to spend a lot more money in making those selections, whereas they've already got it included in this finished package.
We have a tankless water heater system, and everybody gets a little thermostat type controller. So you can wake up in the morning before you roll out of bed, you can click the button and it preheats all of the water in the house.
Beautiful. And that's what this device is here under the sink. And the reason why recirculating that hot water throughout the house when you have a tankless water heater is so crucial. We're on the second floor and you can actually control that hot water is being circulated throughout the pipes. You can instantly have hot water and you don't have to sit there and waste water, which is crucial here in Utah especially. All right, Megan on my team here. What do you think about the Garbett home that we're in today? What are your thoughts?
I love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. Like this size of master is perfect. I love the laundry room. The kitchen's perfect. It just feels awesome.
Okay. We haven't even checked out the laundry room yet.
Yeah.
What about the area? I know you're from here. Your kids have gone to school here. Your daughter's at Hillcrest High School just up the street.
Yes, she is.
Do you like this area?
I love that area.
Perfect.
I mean, there's a reason why I live in this area.
So it's Megan approved. That's a big win. Megan likes it. I like it. That's how it works. Because I like Megan.
Doesn't fit my east side though, because there's no trees. But
Ooh. Hey Megan, this is on the east side of the valley, but it's a new development, so those trees are not big. It still feels like one of those west side developments. And here is the laundry room upstairs. It's quite large. They've got a counter space, cabinets, plenty of space with some open shelves up above. This is a really nice laundry space with a little window. All right, let's go check out the garage and the basement. I'm assuming, Rob, the basement is probably unfinished in this house?
It's actually finished.
It's finished?
Yep.
Okay, now obviously that's an upgrade, right?
Yeah, typically we don't finish basements, but because there's so many ways to do it. I mean, you could have outside people do that, but this one we finished.
Perfect. So right here immediately as I walk down the stairs, there's a nice cold storage room that just goes under and back here. So you've got a lot of space for storage in here. We've got a mechanical room with the tankless water heater with the furnace.
This is our ERV system, and basically it's because the house is so tight, like the Mercedes I was talking about, we need to bring air in and out and circulate it. So we preheat the air during the winter and we cool it during the summer. But it comes through here and it's a filter you can just wash off. This is the furnace, and this is the tankless water heater. And this is kind of cool too, is that if we ever had an earthquake and had a backup in the sewer system, there's a flap in there.
Beautiful.
Prevents it from coming in.
That's awesome. So it's got like a backflow preventer.
Yep.
So these tankless water heaters, guys, they're amazing. And obviously Garbett does this in all of their homes as a standard feature. And with that recirculation system that they've got installed, it solves the one and biggest complaint that people have about tankless water systems. But this heat pump system,
I said this is an ERV system.
oh, I'm sorry, the ERV system.
Outside.
The heat pump's outside. This ERV system and the heat pump combined, those two things are not things that I've seen in any other builder's homes.
Exactly.
Unless it's a client specifically asking to make an upgrade, which would typically be a custom home.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing. So Rob, I noticed on this house and in this development, I don't see walkout basements. Is that right?
Correct. Not in this subdivision.
Okay.
We provide. The next door neighbor there built his own.
Beautiful.
Waterstone, almost all the homes except for the ones on the street are going to have walkout basements and ADUs.
So Waterstone
Potentially.
will have that option for potential ADUs with walkouts. So that's a really big deal for people nowadays with the affordable housing crisis that we're seeing. We just don't have enough homes, as so many people are moving to Utah and relocating here. So if that's you, if you're relocating to Utah, drop a comment and tell me where you're coming from. I love finding out where people are coming from, but also drop a comment and let me know what is important to you. Is it important for you to have a basement that you could rent out? Are these elements of an energy efficient home really important to you? Because I think there's a ton of value in it. And it's really how Garbett Homes has differentiated themselves in the marketplace from all the other builders. I think they're the one builder that I think of when I think of energy efficiency for a normal person house.
So a lot of people may need 2 bedrooms down here, so they would finish it themselves.
Okay, so they could have another bedroom, there's a bathroom here, and then another bedroom. So we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs, is that correct?
Yes.
We have a 4th here with the optional 5th. And like I've said in many videos before, 5 bedrooms in Utah is that magic number. If you can get your house to 5, you really appeal to more people that are looking for homes, because we do have larger families here. And so even though we have the largest average home size in the entire country, we also have the largest family size as well, so we need that extra space. All right, so let's head back upstairs and go to the garage. The garage is one of my favorite parts of a home. And to be honest with you, it's the most important part of the home for me. Now, obviously being a model home, this thing is decked out as a cell center. But Rob, what can you tell me about this garage and why it makes this garage better than most new homes this size?
Look how deep this garage is. It's 20 feet, so you can put actual real truck in here. Actually, you can put two real trucks.
So you could, obviously, these walls would be gone, right?
Yep.
When this home is converted back to a normal house to sell after this development is completed, these walls will be removed. And this is actually a place you could fit 2 full-size pickup trucks, which is not something you can say for a lot of new builds in the valley, because things are just getting smaller and smaller and tighter to the point where you can't fit a full-size truck in the garage in many houses.
And this garage is not insulated as well as the house, and you can barely hear that busy street.
Right, pretty awesome. Can we go check out the outside of the house real quick? All right, so let's just check out the outside of the house. So obviously the cell center takes up the front portion of the house where the garage would be. But behind me here, you can see the front elevation of this home. And I'm gonna drive through this development, this neighborhood as well, and show you the different homes they're building here to give you a sense of what's actually happening here and what's coming up in Waterstone and other developments that they're doing as well. All right, Rob, what sets these homes apart on the outside that makes Garbett a little bit different?
So it's really interesting. Garbett has a very contemporary style, something in between, and then more of a traditional style. So this I'd say is more of the contemporary style.
Right.
And so there are 3 levels for each home. That is a little bit more contemporary. That is a little bit more traditional over there.
Okay, perfect.
And the HOA in this subdivision is $73, and Waterstone is only $50, and that basically covers snow removal.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so as we walk around the model home here,
Right there.
right there, right there.
Yeah, it looks just like
That's
a
it?
air conditioner. That's it. You can tell because they're raised.
Wait, that's the heat pump?
That's the heat pump line.
Okay.
You can tell because they're raised 6 inches.
Okay, that makes
There's
sense.
one over there too.
Okay, why don't more home builders do this? I'm sure.
It is a brand new technology. As a matter of fact, this subdivision has a furnace because we're in, I don't know which generation of heat pump we're in,
Okay.
but the new waterfront does not even have a furnace because the heat pump is so efficient,
It does.
you don't need a furnace, yeah. So here below 40 degrees, you really want the furnace.
Right.
But with the new style, you don't.
Okay, that's awesome. Love it. I hear about heat pumps, but it's so interesting to me. I'd be really curious what your energy costs would be living in a home like this. Do you get feedback from your clients that have purchased homes to see what their total energy expenditures are?
I haven't yet because
That
I'm
would be-
fairly new.
That would be so fun to find out because obviously there are things about these homes that have set them apart. Here's the Matisse. They've got, it looks like 3 different variations of the same floor plan. You can see those 3 variations right here. It has a total of 2,736 square feet, 1,852 of which are finished upstairs. The rest is in the unfinished basement. And again, this development is called The Mill. And you can see here, we're standing right here in this home on this corner lot in the model home. But throughout this development, they're building this out and we can see that the streets are getting cut in and the lots are getting developed and ready for new homes to be built right here in the heart of the valley. All right, Rob, which floor plans, are these all floor plans that you guys are building here in this development?
Yes,
So we got the Bellows up here.
that's our big Rambler.
That's your large Rambler. And then up here we have the Dolly and the Gomez.
Is our smallest 2-story. Matisse is the middle.
Okay, the Matisse, which is the home we're standing in, is the middle-sized 2-story home, followed by the larger Sargent. Is that
Larger Sargent has a den that can be made into a bedroom on the main floor.
Okay.
But the kitchen is actually a little bit smaller than the Matisse.
So if you're looking for new construction in Utah, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. I continually meet with and talk with builders all over the state, throughout Utah counties, Salt Lake County, Davis, Weber counties. It doesn't matter. So if you're looking for new construction, connect with me. I can get you in touch with the right builder for you in the right community and make sure that you're represented throughout that process as well. And if you're interested in more about life in Utah, check out this playlist next. And until next time, thanks.